Hello everyone, welcome back to Starkey Farmstead. Today we're going to check our worm bins and I wanted to talk to you about a couple of things. Let's start with this. How do you know if your worm bed is healthy? This is a good indicator. You have different size worms throughout your bed, all in different age groups basically. So that is a good indicator that your bed is healthy. Now, let me talk to you about something else. Do you see the worms on top of the tarp? Now they occasionally do this, guys, but something I've noticed with our worms here at Starkey Farmstead is when they're ready to breed, they love to get on the blue tarp. Not sure why, it's just how it happens. They do occasionally cross back and forth between the two bins, and I'm okay with that. But as you can see, I don't have any gunk on the upper parts of the bin, which tells me that they're not actually exiting outside of the bed. Now let's talk about bedding. When you look at this bin, what you notice is a whole lot of leaves, okay? Hay that's breaking down. You okay, Atlas? And stuff like that. So what you see here is not a mold. This is actually a food that we feed our worms, like a ground up wheat bran and oats and stuff. They love to come to it and eat. Another thing that we feed our worms is lint out of the dryer. Lots of people always asking questions. Can I put lint from my dryer into my worm bins? Of course you can. Of course you can. I don't use dryer sheets, so I'm not really worried about toxins. But yeah, over time they will break that down too. You just kind of need to bury it in the bed so it stays good and moist. Everything in your bin should be moist. Notice something. When I scoop it up and I squeeze, I get no water out of it, okay? No water at all. But everything, even the leaves on top, are pretty moist. And it's got to stay that way, guys. And what else you can always tell here in our bins, we put cardboard on the bottom, okay? In the winter, I actually put cardboard on top also. But mainly in the summer, spring and fall here in Southeast Louisiana, Zone 9A, 9B, I put them on the bottom and I let them eat it. This is also when I begin to notice if it's almost time to change out and run my castings, is when all that cardboard on the bottom is missing, which it is. So I'm gonna fold that down. The reason it's missing is they eat it, okay? They also eat newspapers and coffee filters, all right? So you can drop all that in here for food for your worms as long as it's moist, guys, all right? You can't wring any moisture out of this, but it's not dry, all right? You don't want anything dry in your bed. They cannot break that down. It'll take them months and months to do it. Worms need to stay like 80% moist. I mean, they breathe through their skin. So as soon as they dry out, they die. All right, that's just a little free tip for you, helping you try to keep your bins healthy and producing for you. Also, another thing, we never ever put dirt in our bins. These are composting worms. So what I mean is these worms need things that they can compost. They are not soil dwelling worms. Those are earthworms. Whether it's Canadian or African, it doesn't matter. That is an earthworm that lives in the soil. Composting worms, red wigglers, live in the upper ½ inch of soil and the litter on top of the soil. So they do not need soil, and I highly advise against ever putting it into your bins, okay? Just, don't even worry about it. It's not worth it. But I did want to show you what our bins are looking like right now. I will tell you guys, I lost about, I'm guessing, probably close to 20,000 worms here recently due to field rats that were coming in and bedding in this. So my suggestion to you for field rats is find a born cat and train her to your born. Like, let me see if I can find her. Kitty, 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 kitty. Where you at? Kitty, 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 kitty. My husband rescued this kitten from the woods by his work. She had just been dumped. She has turned out to be an amazing cat. She lives in the barn and she likes to sleep on top of the worm bins. So that works really well for me. We started with catching with rat traps 3, and we leave the water trap. You know, we use the bucket method. Let me show that to you guys. So we use this method right here. I need to rebait it. We put peanut butter right here. The rat runs up, reaches over to grab the peanut butter. Can turns, they fall in the water, they drown. All right, we are an organic regenerative garden, market garden, farmstead. We don't use any poisons. Our animals don't take any type of heartworm medicine, commercialized wormers, flea and tick medication. We do everything natural here. Everybody is super healthy. So to keep that ecosystem and that vibe, that synergy moving across the farm, we do not use rat poison either, because the little kitty right there would end up eating the rat, or an owl would eat the rat as it's dying, and it would kill the environment around us. So for us here at Starkey Farmstead, you know, if you have a nuisance, you find the predator to that nuisance, and that's how you roll, guys. That's how you fix the problem. So obviously, you know, we have a mouse and rat problem since we live deep in the woods. And so having a mouser in the barn is really working well for us. I hope you guys saw that while I was just chatting away all the worms that fell out of this that was buried down in here. Guys, look, they really love paper, all right? Newspapers and stuff. They will breed, see them? They will breed like crazy in that type of environment, as well as eat it, lay their eggs, all that good stuff. So I hope this helps you guys just kind of get your worm bins a little under control. If you are in Southeast Louisiana, we are having a worm forming class April 29th here at Starkey Farmstead. You can find the information on our Facebook page, all over our YouTube channel. You're welcome to register. I don't care what state you're in. If you want to come join us. We'd love to meet you, love to talk to you about it. Our worm castings are a huge part of our organic regenerative market garden. I mean, they really are, guys, the things that you can do with worm castings, right? So you guys have a blessed day. Please like, comment, and subscribe. We appreciate you rowing in our boat and letting us row in yours. Happy worm forming.